Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by mountains, there lived a 24-year-old young man named Marco. Marco was very restless. His mind was always full of thoughts. All day long, different thoughts came and went. These constant thoughts made him feel uneasy and tired. He was perpetually sad about his past and worried a lot about the future. Because of this unending internal conflict, his mind was like a storm. He couldn't find calm, couldn't sleep well, and eventually, he even forgot how to genuinely smile. One day, Marco heard a story about a faraway village nestled in the hills. People said that a wise old man lived there, a man who used to be a famous psychologist in the city. He had helped many people in his life, teaching them how to find peace in their troubled minds. Now old, he had left the busy city life behind and was living quietly, close to nature. He occasionally gave advice to visitors seeking guidance. Upon hearing this, Marco became both curious and deeply hopeful. He decided immediately that he must go and meet the old man, thinking, maybe this wise man can finally help me find peace. After many days of a long and tiring journey, Marco finally reached the distant village nestled in the hills. When he arrived, he saw a small, humble house covered beautifully with greenery. On the shaded porch of the house, the wise old man was sitting quietly. His eyes were closed, and his entire being looked completely peaceful and serene. Marco slowly walked up to him and spoke softly, pouring out his heart. "Grandfather, my mind is very restless. I cannot stop thinking, and I want peace in my heart. Can you please help me?" The old man slowly opened his eyes and gave Marco a calm smile. "So," he said, "you are looking for peace? Then come with me. I will give you a small task." He stood and led Marco into his little yard. The old man then took a glass and filled it with water, completely full to the very top. The glass was so full that even the slightest shake would make the water spill over. He handed the fragile glass to Marco and instructed, "Walk from here to the edge of the village and then return. But you must remember one thing. You must not spill even one drop of water." Marco looked at the glass with surprise, but knowing he had to do his best, he accepted the challenge. He held the glass carefully and started walking. The road was narrow and busy. Some people were walking quickly, and others were running. Shopkeepers were calling out to customers, and dogs were barking loudly. But Marco did not look around at the chaos. His eyes stayed fixed only on the glass. He walked slowly and carefully, step by step, completely absorbed in the task. People looked at him with curiosity and surprise, but no one disturbed him, as they seemed to understand he was learning something important. Finally, Marco successfully completed the task and came back to the old man. With a look of immense relief and pride, he declared, "Grandfather, I did it. I didn't spill even one drop of water." The old man nodded slowly and smiled warmly. He then asked, "That's good. But tell me, did you see the children playing happily on the side of the road? Did you hear the dogs barking or the shopkeepers calling customers?" Marco looked surprised and confessed immediately, "No, I didn't see or hear anything at all. I was only focusing on the glass." Finally, Marco successfully completed the task and came back to the old man. With a look of immense relief and pride, he declared, "Grandfather, I did it. I didn't spill even one drop of water." The old man nodded slowly and smiled warmly. He then asked, "That's good. But tell me, did you see the children playing happily on the side of the road? Did you hear the dogs barking or the shopkeepers calling customers?" Marco looked surprised and confessed immediately, "No, I didn't see or hear anything at all. I was only focusing on the glass." Marco finally realized that peace is not something we find outside in a distant location or a magical cure. Peace is already inside us, available the moment we choose to live entirely in the present. Marco bowed his head in gratitude and said softly, "Grandfather, now I truly understand. If I want to calm my restless mind, I must keep my mind focused right in this moment. That is when real peace comes." The old man smiled again, satisfied. The sun was setting, and its last light touched the ground, as birds began flying smoothly back to their nests, their journey for the day complete. Marco started walking back toward his home. But now, he was not the same restless young man who had arrived in the village days before. He had fundamentally changed. He was peaceful inside because, through the simple task, he had finally learned the secret of how to tame his own mind. If you liked this story and the lesson it holds, please take a moment to give it a like and share it with your friends. And remember to subscribe to our channel for more uplifting stories like this one. Thank you for staying with us throughout Marco's journey. We hope to see you in the next story, where we will explore new thoughts and new lessons. Until then, stay well and stay peaceful.